Hello everyone, this is Kuroda coming at you, giving you game 4 now in a series where the amateur 2v2 Chinese team has taken a 2-1 lead over Fly and TeD. Let's go ahead and break things down as we see Fly spawning as the blue orc here at the 9 o'clock position. Meanwhile, TeD spawning as the blue undead at the 12 o'clock position. They will be going up against the purple night elf and orc in the respectively 3 and 6 o'clock positions as things get underway. Now, I am curious as to what is going to be going on in this particular game. We are on Lost Temple, and that does mean that there is not going to be a Pit Lord. No Pit Lord means no Rain of Fire, means no real extra heavy harassment off of the second hero from the Night Elf. So are we even going to see a tech to tier 2? Keeper of the Grove has been the hero of choice in the previous pass, but now we are going into a Demon Hunter instead. Perhaps knowing that the Keeper of the Grove can't have a Pit Lord as backup, we are looking at a different strategy completely as the Death Knight now makes its way in. Blademaster and Death Knight doing some work together right here in just a moment. It looks like this is going to be a quick steal. No steal. Beautifully done by the purple orc there, not losing that item to his opponent, picking up the gloves of haste, and now going to be able to wind walk around that fountain of health to regenerate a lot of necessary hit points. Gloves of haste also being picked up by that Demon Hunter. Agility heroes with gloves of haste is always a very scary thought, as they are based more on their attack damage, so that gloves of haste really does increase their damage output much more significantly than, say, an intelligent or even a strength based hero. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at how things are going down right now. Blademaster here, and that windwalk looks like it is going to be breaking sometime soon. Not quite sure what's going to be happening as, oh, is he Dust of Appearance? Yes, he was revealed. Not quite sure why he was just standing there taking damage for quite so long. Death Knight may be able to get a Death Coil off here in just a moment. There's the Death Coil as the Healing Salve is just right there a second. No, not that as a Healing Salve. That is instead going to be a Fountain of Health. It looks like the same animation, actually, as we are now looking at the Demon Hunter going after that Death Knight now down to 50 some odd mana, may take another mana burn instead. There you go, you can see there is the reveal there. That Blademaster is currently revealed, and is he gonna perhaps get taken down? All right, Blademaster, Squirrel Town Portal being used by the Chinese team. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the Death Knight and the Blademaster here doing a little bit of more toe-to-toe battle. Who's gonna come out ahead? This actually could be very bad if the Blademaster ends up getting dust or mana burned once more. Not gonna happen though. And with Windwalk, going to enjoy a very nice time at that Fountain of Health, knowing that he can just sit there for as long as that Windwalk holds. There is a Shadow Meld right there, activating the creeps, and that Huntress will also be doing the same trick, just a different way, as we now move into about, I guess it would be 9 o'clock on the first night. Blademaster clearing up this 3-1-1 creep camp here, won't get to level 2. Demon Hunter sitting at level 2 has double gloves of haste, so his attack speed is incredibly fast. I am surprised that the Blademaster does not have the items, but perhaps they were given over before the Scroll of Town Portal was used. Let's go ahead and take a look at where that Blademaster could possibly be. I don't see him anywhere. We'll have to look for him in just a little bit. Where is that Blademaster? Can't find him. All right, so let's go. There he is. Oh, he was fallen earlier, so he had actually gotten taken down. Shadow Hunter now being trained up off of the Altar of Storms here, and there is a lot of action going on. Multiple fights in multiple locations. Trying to keep track of all of the heroes, rather difficult. I thought there was a successful Scroll of Town Portal, but I may have missed that just a little bit later, as a Huntress now getting focused down, and things are not looking good for the Chinese team in this match, as the Blademaster now sitting at level 2 for Fly. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what's happening over here in the center. A little bit of action going down. The Crypt Fiends trying to focus down the Huntresses, but really not going to be able to do much about it. That Fountain of Health mitigating much of the damage that is being dealt, and the focus fire from the Grunts and the Huntresses are allowing all of these creeps to get taken down as well. Let's take a look. Null Overseer, 2 of them are all that are left. Blademaster is still off over here, but the Shadow Hunter arriving to the party along with a Windwalked Blademaster. They do not want to be in this fight any longer. There's a quick Hex. Grunt will get taken down. There he goes. Are we going to see perhaps a mana burn onto the Shadowhunter? You don't want a lot of mana on that Shadowhunter as a Hex does go down. It looks like Speed Scroll was used, and Scroll of Town Portal was used just in time, and the Surround was not able to go down. A bit of a misstep there, as I believe Fly and TeD are just building upon their lead earlier. A Raider getting caught a bit out of position. It looks like the Shadowhunter for the Chinese team finally arrived at the party, and it will make a difference with a quick Raider kill. All right, Hex onto the Death Knight. Death Knight gonna be in a bit of trouble here. Is he gonna be able to get away? It looks like he is. No, I think that was a deny. The Shadowhunter actually denying that kill there. And that was a big kill, as we now see Frost Armor being used by that Lich. The Frost Armor, very, very big deal. Keeper of the Grove, now the secondary hero. That Entangle going to be coming into play in a big way, as a Shadowhunter now a Fly trying to get away, and it looks like he will be. Whoa! Wow, I thought he was gonna die. Instead, he healed back up and had to use a double heal there, as now the Shadowhunter gets his revenge, taking down that Blademaster there. All right, Demon Hunter, Shadowhunter continuing the fight. Shadowhunter getting caught a bit out of position. Do we have enough mana? No, we do not. We are not going to see a Hex, and it looks like the units will be able to retreat back. Demon Hunter does get stabbed of Preservation home, as the Keeper of the Grove may try and get an Entangle onto a Grunt. No, decides against it. If he can't get the kill, he doesn't want anything to do with it at all. 32 over 40 supply compared to 33 over 50, compared to 40 over 40, compared to 34 over 50. So yes, a slight advantage for Fly and TeD, as the Death Knight now makes its way back over. So far, no Warden. Coming off over here, going to clear out the rest of this creep camp. Death Knight of TeD will finally get to level 2, and with that bonus, we are going to get Unholy Aura, so faster movement speed and better regeneration on top of that. The Death Knight is going to be in proper position to finish off the game and lead that army. Shadowhunter coming across here, gonna pick up another Gloves of Haste. Shadowhunter, one of those heroes that is an agility hero but doesn't have the damage to really back it up. Not quite sure why it is agility hero. I wholeheartedly believe that it should be an intelligence hero. Come on, you are a healer, you hex things, you healing wave, you drop wards. All of your spells are pretty much intelligence based. It would seem very mana intensive to get all that, but that is for another time, for a different conversation later. Demon Hunter gonna be picking up that Tome of Intelligence +2. No, decides to leave it behind. Apparently +2 attack, not all that much to really be concerned about. We do see a Hood of Cunning now picked up by the Demon Hunter, as the Demon Hunter does have a bonus bit of armor, and we now see a Staff of Preservation bringing him all the way back home. All right, Dryad now being forced to pull back here. Let's take a look. Kodo Beast now being forced to pull back. Nothing in its belly at all. Ancient of War doing a bit of fighting back here, as the Dryad's able to slow things down a bit, but a healing wave now healing things up a bit more. Both sides getting the healing waves rather quickly, and units just don't want to die, as we are now looking at the Shadowhunter coming across here. All right, Shadowhunter and the Raiders now coming in here. All right, my back machine's gonna be... All right, it's not gonna make any time there. And we now see the Ancient of War now coming across here. Grunt now coming in. Lich now still in this fight without very much mana, as the Keeper of the Grove in position to back off, not having any mana, doesn't want to be part of this fight at all, but still needs to be within Staff of Preservation range if things go amiss. All right. Crypt Fiend's now doing a bit of damage, fighting back and forth. Once again, a Crypt Fiend finally gets taken down, and this fight is slowly pushing into the 3 o'clock position. Now, there is a bit of good focus fire by the purple team and their units, but the heroes are consistently getting taken out, as the Death Knight now tries to do a little bit of chase once more. All right, the reinforcements are coming fast and furiously from both sides. Kodo Beast is chomping on a Grunt there. Is it going to get focused down? Staff of Preservation saving another unit, as the Lich finally going to get taken down. Shadowhunter now sitting at level 3, and a level 3 Shadowhunter means healing waves will be plenty, as Fly going to lose his own unit there. Wow, that Grunt had 19 hit points until digestion. Instead, he dies by a spear, as the Keeper of the Grove has room and plenty of room to give, and this is the only reason why Purple has been able to stay in this fight. That slow poison doing a great job, but we now see the Shadowhunter falling at level 3. no more healing, and the number of heroes is just getting stronger and stronger by Fly and TeD. A quick ensnare onto the Demon Hunter here. I don't believe he's going to be able to escape unless it's a Staff of Preservation pull away, and we may be seeing exactly that once more. There is, nope, a Dryad. Sorry, you got caught in a net, and you are now in trouble. Units now making their way back up the ramp. 37 over 50 compared to, I believe, 40. Whoa, come on. 38 over 50. 50 over 50 for Fly, and then 27 over 50 for the Chinese Orc player. Significantly behind, and that, I think, is going to be the problem. The Night Elf player able to consistently pull back using those Dryads, but that is not going to be happening anytime soon, as we are now looking at a little bit of rest here. The Blademaster trying to walk its way through, perhaps getting to level 3 as the Obsidian statue able to find the Death Knight and not get caught by the Blademaster here. All right, Blademaster desperately wanting level 3, gets to level 3. Now going to try and get away, wind walking right there. Keeper of the Grove and Demon Hunter clearing up this 6444 creep camp. Demon Hunter sitting at 3, Keeper of the Grove sitting at 3. We do have Thorns or a level 1. Remaining units will get taken down here in just a bit. And you can see that Inner Fire causing a bit of problems. In addition to that piercing damage, not able to really focus down that unit. Oh, there goes another Tome of Agility +2. Please pick it up. Yes, he does pick it up. Doesn't get any additional armor, surprisingly. It is normally 3 pieces of agility for 1 piece of armor, and didn't see that increase at all. All right. So far, both sides creeping out the corners of the creep camp, or at least starting to, and that is where the big items will be dropping. And those big items can swing a game. I don't know if it can make up a 20 point or 20 supply deficit, though, as we are now moving into what may be the final fight here. Let's go ahead and take a look at things. You can see Dryads getting focused down rather fast. Blademaster going to try and engage here. We are fighting at a fountain. Not quite sure whose idea this was, but units are going to be very, very difficult to take down here. No, not even with Spirit Link. No worry there. Those units are just going to start to overrun, and I believe Fly and TeD are going to force a Game 5 in this best of 5 series. And with that said, and we are just waiting for a whole bunch of heroes to fall. There goes one. It's going to get resurrected, but the experience is still going to be given back. There we go. He is resurrected with pretty much 75% hit points. Going to go ahead and continue to engage. Fly getting entangled on his Blademaster. Blademaster now going to perhaps turn back around. He does have a Scroll of Healing. Demon Hunter still trying to chase him. Fly using that Scroll of Healing, able to survive there. There is now an Ensnare. Potion of Invulnerability used instead, so the Agility hero is really battling it out. Blademaster now fallen at level 3. Keeper of the Grove may fall as well, and I believe there is the GG. The Night Elf player wants to continue to fight this battle, but I don't think he's going to be able to do very much. And there you have it. Final scores. Fly really picking up the slack in this game and giving the victory for Fly and TeD over the Chinese duo. Game 5 coming up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.